Hi people, this is Stacy again. This is my fourth video. We just done one and showed you the property and showed you kind of what's going on around the property to give you an idea of what's going on. But when we come in this time on Friday, we found two little tiny flower petals. Okay, I happen to have one here in my hand. I'm going to show you. It's wilting real quick like, but this little flower petal, I'll see if I can get it in front of the camera, if you can see it. This is a little flower petal. It's a lot bigger than this when we get them, but this one's wilted. This little flower petal I took down to the county extension's office when I found a whole bunch of them on my property. They were all across my steps, a whole bunch of them. I mean, it was cluttered with them. Well, when I went to the county extension's office, these flowers are not from this area. They're from somewhere around in this county, but not this area. And they grow at the top of the trees, high up on trees. I had a whole backyard full of them. We didn't know where they come from for a long time, but eventually I figured out it came from one of the foots. And that foot was named Flower. And she knows her name. She knows that I call her Flower, and that's the way that is, through our contact with Robin Lynn and all that. Anyway, we come home this weekend, and there's two of these on our steps. And it's kind of pinned down with like cobwebs or something, so the one didn't blow away. One did blow off the side of the step, but there's no more. There's not another flower petal like that on this property nowhere. I've looked all around the yard and everything for more of them. There's no more. They were left here just to let me know that Flower was here. These are the things we do. This is the things they do when you associate with them. They leave you messages. They do a lot of things. I think in the last video I told you about, let me get his camera around a little bit here. In the last video, I'm not good at this, bear with me. In the last video I showed you the property, and I showed you where Sharon's niece was trimming down the driveway and cutting the brush away and throwing it in the driveway and picking it up. Well, right after that, we went to North Carolina to NASCAR races. And on that weekend, when we come back, well, we spent a few days. When we come back, my front gate, I have a big long bar for a front gate I lock. And on the other side of that front gate was a big pile of shrub that had been all pulled up and picked up and put in front of that gate. And it was kind of funny, but it was like the foots were trying to let me know they was helping me. So, okay. It took us a few days, had to take a little time to figure out what was going on, where that come from. Because you couldn't get in the driveway. You had to get out and actually move all the shrub that was put in front of the driveway. So we did that, and that let me know, well, the foots let me know they're trying to help. And we get a lot of this. My driveway is it's almost a third of a mile long from the gate all the way up to the house, about a third of a mile. And in the middle of that, my gate is always locked. You can't get a vehicle up my driveway. You can't get around my thing. You can't get a vehicle around there. About midway, almost midway of my driveway, we come home once and found about a half a ton of gravel. Me and Sharon had been discussing about getting the driveway re-graveled, getting it done, getting more gravel put down. We never got around to it, but we'd talked about it. So we come home, and I'm having to drive over a pile of gravel. Now I am quite sure, nobody took that by shovel at a time and piled up a half a ton of gravel in my driveway with a shovel from a truck. Truck couldn't get up there to dump it. I don't know how it got there. All I know is I get through a lot of stuff with the foots. If they want that gravel there, they'll get it there. If they want something somewhere, they will get it there. If they want you somewhere, they will get you there. I've been put in a lot of places that I didn't realize what I was doing. Just like me in books. I bought a book. I don't know why. This is from the very beginning. And it's phenomenal the things they can do. They're way beyond us, and it'll take a while for people to realize what they're dealing with. It's something that's just way beyond us. And I'm fascinated with it. I'm thrilled that I'm involved in it. I mean, these guys are important to me. And every time I hear about the military killing some or something like that, it goes through me really bad, because it's uncalled for. It's really uncalled for. The military knows a lot about them. If you look up events about Mount St. Helen, you'll find out that the military knows a lot about them. When Mount St. Helen blew up, there was Foots involved, and there was people involved with the Foots. So I'm not the only one. I might be the only one who wants to tell all this, and I might be the only one that has had a actual, after knowing everything we know, seeing this sheet of glass on the camera, looking at that stomped out area at the bottom of the hill, just below that sheet of glass, what we see as a sheet of glass, I believe that was their portal. When I asked Robin and Lynn about what that circle was, because I had a lot of circles on the property, but that one, I figured I'd ask about that one. I said, Robin, what's these circles about? And she told me that she didn't know, depending on what size they was. And I said, well, I got a bunch of small ones around the back of the property, little glass, and I know what those are for, but in my view, when the Foots are looking to eat, they clear a spot take away all the leaves, and they stand on the ground, and that's how they stalk and get their eats. That's how they capture other animals. They don't see them; they just grab them. And they don't make no sound because they're not on the leaves. So I asked her about the circles, and she said, "Well, how big is it?" And I says, "I don't know." She says, "Well, go measure it and call me back when you find out." So I went outside. Went out and I measured it, come out to 18 foot exactly. I mean, a perfect 18-foot circle. I measured it out. It didn't vary all the way around it. So I come back in the house and I called her. And I said, Robin, it's about 18 foot. And she says, well, how'd you get to it so quick? I says, Robin, it's right out my back door. And she said, oh, no, it's not. No, wait a minute. I'm out my back door. I measured it. She did not want to believe that it was outside my back door. I guess people have a hard time finding these things, and it was right out there in my backyard. We got pictures of it, and we had the glass in the tree, and which I think was their portal, and I think that 18-foot circle marked it. None of it there now. When I put those containers out there, that's when the portal seemed to come missing. That's when it changed, because I think them containers might have interfered with it. I don't know. But I had to have the containers. I didn't know what I was doing. I just stuck them there, and then no more portal, I guess. But the ground stayed stomped for a long time. It's all grown over now. You can't tell it now. But we did get pictures of it, because it was kind of fascinating to see that big circle. But anyway, there's a lot to this stuff. Like, we're going down to Tennessee here directly. There's a lady down there who's run across some things down there that might tie into what we've done. The road that Sharon's sister lives on, where we went down to, there's been sightings, Bigfoot sightings down there. And before we went down there, the county sheriff down there said they never heard of any Bigfoot sightings down there. But after we've been down there, they're having sightings. So I don't know if I took my clan down there and left them there or whatever. Only thing I know is my area around here, when we moved in, was 3,000 acres of woods, thick woods, all the way up and down the road everywhere. You couldn't go nowhere. It was all wooded. And the mining was way over on another road. You could hear them, but you couldn't see them. It was way over. And I didn't know what they was doing. Eventually, they come this way and cleared all the land around me. There's a couple places here that still have some woods, but mine's one of them it's full. I wouldn't sell to them. There's another funny story. The mining company was wanting to come here and try to buy my property, and I wouldn't sell it. The man come talking to me, and we're walking around, and I'm telling him what's going on, and I showed him the cage I had. We walked right past it, and I said, yeah, that's what I'm trying to catch, that mountain lion. And I said, any of your crew ever see any of that? And he says, no, ain't nobody ever said nothing to me about none of that. But they're all the strip miners. They're all out here working. So, anyway, as we're walking and talking, he jumped up at me like, "Whoa, what's that?" And I says, "What's what?" He said, "You hear that?" I said, "I didn't hear nothing." He said, "It's a cat. Where's it at?" I said, I don't hear no cat." But he heard the cat. This is what the Foots can do. I can't remember the man's name, but he worked for the mining company. But he was trying to negotiate me selling his property, and I wouldn't do it. And I tried to explain to him. I got my friends here, and I know he thought I was nuts too. But I turned down almost $250,000 for my property because they wanted the coal under my property, and I turned almost $250,000 down for my Foots. I wasn't giving it up for them. They're my buddies, and that'd have been the deal of a lifetime because I don't have that kind of money in this place. But in normal circumstances, I would have sold it, but I can't. And they're still in my life. This is the one thing that Lisa taught me that I will not ever forget because it's true. Once the Foots are in your life, they're never out of your life. Whether you're part of the clan. Now, this is what Robin told me through some things we had dealt with because the thing was Flower. I had her check into things, and she's told me, she said, "Stacy, you're part of that clan. They've accepted you as being part of the clan." And I mean, I'm honored by that, but anyway, it makes for a little problem because I can't just go anywhere with maybe not having a problem with another clan, which I don't even know about. So hopefully everybody takes care of me, and they'll keep me posted of what's going on and what I can and can't do. They usually do that. But if they want you someplace, they will get you there. I mean, before I moved out here, I was a total city boy. I don't know nothing about no country. I don't fish. I don't hunt. I don't do none of that. Had no use for the woods. So they got me here, and now I'm happy, and I'm trying to make everybody understand what they're about. I hope I get this right. I hope people pay attention. But we have more stories about this. Like I say, we put up with them. We put up with having them here about 10 years, and quite a few of them years we were in touch with them, and there was communication with them, telepathic communication. We had them come in the city with us. They can go right anywhere they want to go. They come to the city. There's a video called, well, I'm not going to tell you the video till I get some of mine done. And I'll tell you the other video, but he's doing the same thing I am. A little different, but he takes them home with him. When he leaves his campsite, they go home with him. They're at his house. They let him know he's there. And this is up in Canada, but they know what's happening. Well, I'm going to cut this short for now, but there's more coming. This is all true stories. I'm not exaggerating nothing, telling you just the way it is. So stick with me on this, please, and pass this on. Make us known to everybody. Get other people involved. And anybody interested in the Foots, they got to watch this because I'm not lying about nothing. And I'm going to tell you things nobody knows. It just takes a little time. Thank you very much. Get back with me. Let me get this thing off. I'm not technical. This is not me. Thank you.